Allies around the world took careful notes.
If America could pressure its closest ally, no one felt safe.
Trust, once broken, does not automatically return.
The integrated North American economy began fragmenting quietly.
And once fragmentation begins, reversal becomes nearly impossible.
This crisis was not inevitable. It was chosen.
While Donald Trump was issuing ultimatums and threatening Canada with sweeping tariffs, something happened that Washington never anticipated.
Canada didn't respond with retaliatory tariffs, bans, or angry press conferences.
Instead, Canada chose a far more devastating response: silence and withdrawal.
They quietly stepped back from voluntary supply chain coordination agreements that had kept North American manufacturing alive for over 70 years.
Within hours, the consequences began cascading through the American industrial system.
Automotive plants in Michigan and Ohio received notices that critical Canadian components were delayed indefinitely.
Not canceled, just delayed in ways that completely destroy production schedules.
In just-in-time manufacturing systems, even a 3-day delay is effectively a shutdown.
Thousands of workers were sent home as idle factories stopped producing cars they could no longer assemble.
Construction firms across the United States soon faced similar chaos.
Canadian steel and lumber shipments stopped clearing customs on expected timelines.
Projects worth billions suddenly triggered penalty clauses, cost overruns, and legal disputes.
Energy markets reacted instantly as traders realized Canadian oil and gas flows were no longer guaranteed.
Prices spiked, not because supply stopped, but because reliability vanished overnight.
This crisis wasn't triggered by a misunderstanding. It was triggered by an ultimatum. The demand required Canada to restrict exports unless U.S. companies received below-market prices.
In simple terms, the U.S. demanded Canada sell its resources at a financial loss.
Not to solve shortages, not during emergencies, but for political optics.
Canadian officials understood this wasn't just economic pressure, it was existential.
Accepting such terms would mean surrendering sovereignty.
That was the line Canada refused to cross. And the moment Canada refused, America's supply chain fragility was exposed.
Size alone does not equal leverage in integrated economies.
Control over critical inputs matters more than GDP rankings.
Canada sits precisely at those choke points.
These are not resources America can replace quickly or cheaply.
As disruptions spread, corporate boardrooms panicked.
Executives warned factories would shut down within days. Tens of thousands of layoffs became imminent. European and Asian competitors watched and prepared to capture lost market share. This was no longer ideology. It was mathematics.
Manufacturing groups issued emergency warnings. Labor unions warned of mass unemployment.
Consumers began feeling it through higher prices and energy bills.
This followed a familiar pattern of threats without exit strategies.
But Canada was different, more integrated, more essential, and unwilling to submit. Political theater had collided with economic reality.
And reality does not respond to slogans.
Behind the scenes, supply chains began permanently changing.
Businesses started choosing stability over efficiency. Canada accelerated diversification toward Europe and Asia.
Allies around the world took careful notes.
If America could pressure its closest ally, no one felt safe.
Trust, once broken, does not automatically return.
The integrated North American economy began fragmenting quietly.
And once fragmentation begins, reversal becomes nearly impossible.
This crisis was not inevitable. It was chosen.
The real cost is paid by workers, families, and communities.
Power without restraint becomes self-destruction.
And unpredictability disguised as toughness drives partners away.
Canada's refusal exposed a truth the world cannot unsee. Sovereignty still matters.
Trust is finite.
And even the largest economies cannot bully integrated systems without consequences. Once that reality becomes visible, it doesn't disappear when headlines fade.